When you receive your gloves, they're configured in what we call glove network mode. So what this means is one of the gloves is serving its own Wi-Fi network and the other one is connecting to that network. This is really convenient because it means you don't need any other equipment to use your gloves, like a router or anything like that. You can tell that the gloves are in glove network mode because one of them will be magenta and the other one will be blue. So the magenta one is the one serving the network and the blue one is connecting to it. So I'm going to go up here to my Wi-Fi and I'm going to connect to the network that's named after my glove, the MiMU glove left. And now it's connecting to the glove. I'm now going to add my left glove in Glover. So I'm going to click on this button here and add the left glove. And to connect, I hit on this red button here. So now it goes there and there's my glove and I hit connect. And the green icon here shows that we're connected. I'm now going to add my right glove and it's a very similar process. You just click on the right glove here and connect. And if you ever wanted to disconnect, you can just click on the green button and that will disconnect your gloves as well. Once you've connected the glove, each time you press the connect button, it will then go and try and search for that specific glove with that specific serial number. So if you were to disconnect, then when you try and connect again, it will specifically search for that glove. However, you might be in a situation where you want to search for a different glove or you want to find a glove on a different connection. So if you've got your glove disconnected, you can do control click or right click here and choose open connection window and that will pop up the connection window and you can choose whichever glove is available to you and connect to that one instead. Glove network mode is convenient, but it's not the most stable way to connect to your computer. For performances, we recommend that you use router mode. So this is where your gloves connect to a dedicated router. Now, if you're unsure which router to buy, we've put a couple of suggestions down in the description to this video. But please also remember that the router that you use has to have 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. That's the only type of Wi-Fi that the gloves will connect to. But don't worry, most modern routers have this built in, and normally you'll see something like dual band on the product description or something like that. To configure your gloves in router mode, connect both of your gloves by USB to your computer. Then in Glover, go to Devices and then to MiMU Glove Network Setup. So in here, you've got to switch on the gloves and make sure that they're connected by USB. Then you hit OK. Then it will search for your gloves. Now it will find your gloves and then you just hit Continue. And then you can choose Glove Network. So Glove Network is the mode that we saw before. So if you ever want to come back and program into Glove Network mode, then this is where you do it. So you just go in here and choose Glove Network mode. But we're going to do router mode now. So you can also choose the Wi-Fi region. Make sure you get that to be matching where you are. And then, so choose the router network and you go here and then we would choose the network that you want to connect to. So this would be, I've got my MiMU Gloves network, but this would be whatever your, my home Wi-Fi or whatever it is called. So I'm going to put my MiMU Gloves router here, and I don't have a password on my one, but you might have a password for your network. And then you hit configure. And so now, this has now set the gloves to configure into connecting into the MiMU Gloves network. And you'll see both of the gloves have now gone blue. So you can see that they're now both connecting to this external router. You'll know when the glove has connected to the router because the light will go solid. So before it goes solid, it will be flashing, and that means it's looking for the router. And when it goes blue and solid, it means it's connected to the router. Please also bear in mind that just because this thing says it's successfully configured, it doesn't mean that you actually wrote the right network name and password in. It just means that the data was written to the glove, so you have to make sure that you get the network name and password correct. Finally, to connect to your gloves using the router, we recommend connecting by Ethernet. So turning off your Wi-Fi and connecting by Ethernet, or you can connect by Wi-Fi to the router that you want to connect to. And then when you've done that, you can disconnect by USB, and then you can open up and try and connect to your gloves, and they should connect again like this. And because they already connected to the same glove before, they just find it automatically. Or if you want to, you can just control click and open connection window and find the glove there. You can also connect your gloves by USB. This is not for performance as the glove cables are too short, but this is useful if you need to, for example, run a glove health check on your glove. To connect your gloves by USB, first connect them using the USB cables to the computer. Then, if you go to your gloves and you click on the red connect button, you'll see the gloves pop up just like they were for Wi-Fi as an option, and click on them and hit connect. And that's it really, and you can do the same for your right glove. And then you're able to run the glove health check program here if you want to do a health check, and if you need to send that to us to diagnose any issues. But other than that, if you've got any questions, then please do let us know, and otherwise, best of luck.